Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, the Lamborghini Veneno's in the news. You may remember this machine, debuted at the Geneva Motor Show a couple of years ago. A lot of people may not know, but the underpinnings of this machine are Aventador. Now, the Aventador is actually going through a little situation right now, that being the dreaded recall. That recall be for something terrible like fire. Yes, Aventadors and the Veneno here are in danger of catching fire. Now, the trick is, I know that a lot of Veneno owners are not watching this particular program, but if you happen through here, head on down to your Lamborghini dealership as soon as you can, or your Lamborghini representative, to get this deal fixed, because it sure would be a shame to see one of these machines go up in smoke. Another week and more SRT Hellcat Demon news. Another piece of the puzzle revolving around the tires of this vehicle. Now, Nitto is building special tires made especially for this machine with the Demon logo. And I've never seen one wrinkle like this, especially on a factory-style tire. Huge drag racing fan, but I've never seen it on a street machine. But this Demon is special indeed. 18-inch wheels that are 11 inches wide, wrapped in these Nitto 315/40 R18s. And Nitto is claiming that these tires will have 40% greater launching force than the stock tires that come on the Hellcat as is. This also cleans up another piece of the puzzle in my mind, where a lot of folks have been reporting this vehicle as all-wheel drive. The fact that this vehicle is going to have these drag radial style tires on all four corners. I think what there's going on here is Nitto and SRT have got your back. Remember that crate that had the skinny tires available inside of it? I think that Nitto is actually allowing you to own 2 sets of rear tires for this, which is going to mean that you're going to have a whole day tire smoking fun at the old drag strip right off the bat without having to buy a brand new set. Next up on the list, Ferrari is in the news. They're showing off a heavily revised mid-cycle refresh of the F12 Berlinetta ahead of the Geneva Motor Show. Now, if you look real close, there's not a whole lot of the old F12 left, even though the wheelbase and the track and all the platform is still the old F12. This thing is heavily revised. There's not too much of this vehicle that remains the same. Even the interior gets some changes along with the name. This is the brand new 812 Superfast. Yeah, I know, Ferrari's kind of getting a little wonky with their names. Now, only a couple of things that we know about this machine. One, this vehicle will have ESP. Yes, not the ESP you're thinking of, but electric power steering. There's also a report out there saying the 6.3-liter normally aspirated V12 will get a bump up in displacement to 6.5 liters in displacement. And another thing is that 812, a lot of people are pointing towards the fact that this vehicle could have close to 800 horsepower. So we'll have to wait and see. The Geneva Motor Show is only a handful of weeks away. Next up on the list, many of you, much like me, really think the BMW M2 is a pretty cool piece of kit. It harkens back to that old driver's purest pleasure of like the early M3s is what a lot of folks are pointing at for this vehicle. It comes with a 3-liter twin-turbocharged straight 6, making 365 horsepower, 345 pounds-feet of torque. With the 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, this vehicle will be able to do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles an hour. Now, the next part of the story, as you can tell, I get a little excited about automobiles. This really got me excited because the folks over at BMW blog are reporting about a lightweight track version of this vehicle that's going to be coming to a dealership near you. This is going to involve redone coil springs and coil overs on all 4 corners, along with a new exhaust system which may release a little bit more power. That 155 limited top speed has now been juiced up to let this vehicle get closer to 170 miles an hour. The dual zone climate control has been ditched for a single zone. The manual seats, or I should say the automatic seats, that being electric seats, are ditched for some manual versions of them. The keyless start button has been disabled as well and not be offered on this vehicle. The infotainment center has been shrunk, along with the audio system has been actually lessened in size as well to lose some poundage in this vehicle. The other little trick is only 150 of these vehicles are going to be built. Split straight down the middle in a lot of reports. 75 of them are going to be that dual clutch transmission, 7 speeds. And 75 of them will have 3 pedals in the footwell. Yes, that meaning a manual transmission. And here's the kicker. All 150 of them are coming right here to the United States of America, which I cannot be more excited about. There is some reports that they're going to make another vehicle much like this that's going to be sold off around the world, but for at least this initial launch, it will be coming straight to the USA. There's another little trick too. It's only going to be available in Arctic White from a lot of reports, which I guess wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Next up on the list, Top Gear is back. Yes, season 23 of Top Gear is actually going to be firing up just a couple of weeks from the taping of this program. March 5th, 2017 on BBC 2, it'll make its official debut. Now, if you're like me and you live stateside, going to have to actually wait an extra week. You used to get it the day after it debuted on BBC 2. The BBC America will not show it till March 13th of 2017. Now, they're getting some of the band back together, some of the last go-round of the band, that being Rory Reid, Matt LeBlanc, and Chris Harris. Back to that trio style of presenting this program. There is some reports and some photographs of Sabine Schmidt actually coming back on the show as well. Possibility of the last guy that was on there, that being Eddie Jordan, that he was going to come back on the show. That is yet to be really confirmed. I think that's going to be one of the surprises. There is another little thing too. Extra Gear will be returning, which is pretty exciting. That was kind of the best part of that show in the last go-round. And if you'd like to see these guys present this show in person at the Dunford Autodrome, these tickets are available at lostintv.com. If you live in Europe itself, you can actually get tickets to this particular deal and actually watch the taping of the show and stick around for Extra Gear. And probably one of the most interesting stories involving Top Gear is the fact that the reasonably priced car is going to change. In fact, remember that rally car that was in the last series? That's gone in favor of this, the GT86. Oddly enough, not really a reasonably priced car at all. I guess you could call it a reasonably priced sports car. This thing's going to absolutely annihilate the old celebrity lap record around the Dunford Autodrome. And I know I've talked about that particular facility being up for sale, but we haven't heard an official deal on this, and apparently they may get through this season before this deal gets done and that facility gets sold, and hopefully it'll remain in the old Top Gear hands for many years to come. Last up on the list, you may know this particular fellow, Mr. Jerry Seinfeld, comedian, had a very successful television series on for many, many years, and has a very successful internet program called Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Now, the whole title of that thing really gives the whole deal away. Celebrities and comedians inside of many vintage automobiles, and it's just a fun little show. Now, this has been streaming on the Sony platform that's called Crackle, but it is making the big move to Netflix for the next season of this program. And I have to say, the Crackle situation was always kind of tough for me. It didn't stream very well. Sometimes the audio would get kind of separated from the video itself, which would be very hard to actually follow. So I cannot wait for this thing to come to Netflix. It's going to be pretty cool indeed. If you haven't seen it, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, it is quite a treat. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. Get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.